Hey, once again, it's your boy Mac 357. This is the Evening Experience Radio Show from 5 to 7. Every Thursday is going down. Like I said, we're here again, doing what we do best. What's up? As y'all coming in, yes, we are here, we are live, we are lit. I am here in the crib because of COVID-19, but that doesn't stop. We're still doing what we need to do. We're still making things happen. We definitely going to be talking to everybody and everyone about everything that's going on. Today, we're going to have a bunch of guests that are definitely coming in the building. We're definitely going to be talking to them about a lot of different things. The first guest is getting ready to come up right now. Mr. Williams himself. We definitely going to get him on. Mr. William Stewart, a.k.a. Big Sleeps. What up, what up? What's popping? What's popping? Let everybody pile in. Let's get it in. Let's get it in. Hey.
What up, Mac?
All right. This is the one and only William Stewart for all those people who are piling in at this moment. We definitely going to be talking to him. Currently in a movie. We're going to be definitely talking about that. We're going to be talking about his radio. We're going to be talking about everything with this young man today.
Okay.
If you didn't know, he's been a guest before, but we're going to be now, because of COVID-19, we're going to be talking via the Instagram Live.
Yeah. Thank you for welcoming me into your crib, man. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate that.
Hey, listen, I'm sorry I didn't bring the beverages out.
Yeah, it's cool, though, you know. It's cool. It's cool. I'm on a diet right now anyway, you know. I'm on vegan. So we got carrots and celery, we Gucci. No,
all right. All right. I'm gonna hand you some celery and some carrots. I got you.
All right, wicked dope. I appreciate it.
First and foremost, for those that don't know, Sleeps is also a radio host at Big Sleeps. Hollywood North Radio is the name of the actual show. An incredible show, just like the one that we have here. This is the Evening Experience from 5 to 7 every Thursday. It goes down. We definitely want a lot of people to take the opportunity and time to know that this young man is not only an actor, he's a stunt man, he's a all-around incredible person. That's why he's a radio host, because he has an incredible personality.
Thank you.
But now, let's get into this movie here. And just to give a little rundown on your resume, what other shows have you started in movies?
Well, I mean, I got one coming out called Torn. I was in, for those of you who are Steven Seagal fans, I was on the show True Justice. You know, I was also in one, Game Over Man, that's on Netflix right now. And we'll talk about the next movie that's coming out on Netflix tomorrow, which I'm hoping is actually midnight tonight. I'm praying and hoping that they actually, you know, once it clicks over at like midnight, that we'd be able to enjoy this movie. It's incredible. I did an episode of Arrow. I did, you know, Almost Human with Michael Ealy, and like, so I've been blessed enough to do a lot of things and meet a lot of people. But you know, right now, where things are happening, you know, I guess I've been blessed enough to be able to cats can be like, nah, he could hold it down throughout a whole movie or so. Yeah, okay. So you know, I'm just trying to do my thing. I'm enjoying it though, man. I'm really just enjoying riding this wave and enjoying it, and you know. So,
all right. So with that being the case, for those that don't know, now that you have a resume on Mr. Stewart has been in a lot of different movies, a lot of different TV shows, and more to come. The current film that we're talking about, which stars Taraji P. Henson, is called Coffee and Kareem.
Yeah.
Yeah, that name. Okay.
So it's so dope. When I heard it, I was like, yo, I gotta be in this movie. I gotta be in this movie.
Okay.
It sounds like know who was in it.
It sounds like a trailer, for what I can see as far as the trailer in and of itself. It looks like a comedy.
Yeah, it's a full-on comedy. It's
okay.
directed by Michael Dowd. He did Goon. He did a lot of classic films, and that was one of the reasons when I heard it, I was like, "Yo, I got to audition for this," because I didn't really get a lot of opportunities to actually do comedy and still. And I've been in a few where Seth Rogen and they would have 4. I've been with Seth. Good Boys was out in the theaters. I had a cameo in that, and they just been showing me love, and they, obviously Game Over Man, where they actually got to finally really see my comedy chops, because when I did 50-50 and with I just played a nurse. I was guiding Joseph Gordon-Levitt down the hallway, telling him about his macaroons, but I had it like a Trinidadian accent. So so I think at that point they saw something, but as time goes by, I mean, you build your resume, and they show me love, man. So I appreciated that.
So besides Taraji, yourself, we have Ron Rico Lee, who'll be coming on a little bit later. Who else is in this movie?
Well, I can't tell you everybody, but Ed Helm, I'm like about to spill beans. Ed Helm, about Terrence, who plays Kareem. This kid is amazing. This kid is like so talented. I can't wait for him to watch his career go. But yeah, I mean, I could tell you because of the trailer who's in it. Y'all gotta wait to see, because it's a good movie, and y'all gonna see some faces and see some people. You'll be like, oh, stop, because I remember walking on set and I was like, oh, what are you doing here? So King Bach is amazing too. And
you can let the cat out the bag. It's coming out tonight, you said, right? Or tomorrow?
Well, tomorrow. But I mean, there's certain things that you just got to really abide by. To have these opportunities, you can really sabotage yourself by just letting the cat out the bag in the future for future projects. Okay. And you got to stay professional. I think that being professional is probably one of the main things you could possibly do in this industry. And they spent a lot of money on giving us the opportunities to to do what we do. So you have to watch it. It is hilarious. And King Bach, I was a fan, but I'm a real big fan of his, and it was really dope to work with Ron Rico Lee, and I got to work with Taraji and Ed, and it's just so. I'm telling you that here's the only way I keep trying to explain to people. We talk a lot of shit in this movie. It's hilarious. Like, it is, Michael Dowd is one of the best directors, where he was do his thing, say, okay, we got, obviously we stick to the script. So, and then he'd be like, yo, we're just going to go. We do 20-minute takes of just do it over, and us just spewing out nonsense. And it worked well. It was fun.
So what is it that now you want to be multifaceted as an actor? So you've done comedy, you've done action. What is your take on everything in the movie for itself? Like, is this an action comedy, or is it just a regular comedy?
There's a lot of action. You see some good stuff in it. You see, obviously you see the kid driving the car, so you know something ain't good. You know it ain't good that he's in that whip. And like I said, I mean, I got to see stuff in ADR, obviously, as the movie was being put together in post, and it was amazing to be able to just kind of see those pieces, like, oh, it turned out like that. Oh my god. But and then obviously the opportunity that I got as well, myself and DJ Quiet Storm from Hollywood North Radio. You have to follow him at Quiet Storm Prod, Prod. He produced a song, and I wrote it, that Ron Rico Lee actually raps in the actual movie, which is pretty close to the actual. It's the theme song for the movie. It's called "What Up, Doe." Y'all will see it in the film, and then you'll hear it at the end of the movie. And that was a great opportunity. We were just out with Michael Dowd one night, the director, and we were talking, and he's like, yeah, I'm trying to find a song that actually can really work with the film. And I just, they were having, I guess, trouble finding one. And I was just like, bruh, he produces, and I can write. I write songs all the time for people, ghostwrite. So why don't we just try something? He said, okay, I'll see what the powers that be. And next thing you know, I got a call 2 days later, and we were in the studio and writing the song. And and then Ron Rico Lee came and recorded it. And Ron Rico Lee should be a rapper. I'm telling you, because he got the, I'm not even joking. I'm not even joking. He got the song
so he can spit like that.
The day before, came in and just killed it. Like, it was like he wrote it. And I was like, yo, I even said to him, I'm like, yo, bro, we've worked with artists that just days to get the first verse, second verse. And he was killed. He's like, all right, man, I'm out. It was like a 4-hour window we had in the studio, 5 hours, 6 hours or something like that. And he was done. Like, he was done in I think it was the 4-hour window. And by that time, most of it is us just polying what you want to fix and da-da-da-da. He's listening. He's like, I'm good. I was like, yeah, see, he should rap. I'm telling you, he should rap.
Wow.
So that was an opportunity that we got and worked the song, hit the ground running. The cats that were in charge of the music for the movie, we worked with those dudes and great people, man. I just feel blessed to be just this opportunity and things that keep happening and growing. So, yeah.
Well, it happens for a reason, Sleeps, and the reason why is because you're an awesome person.
Thank you.
I got that from the first time that we talked, and you definitely have people who love the persona, love who you are as a person, what you give off to people, and how you come into something. You come in jovial, you come in happy, you come in with respect for what you do. You can't buy that. It has to be innate to the person. So that in and of itself is a great thing. What is it that you want people? What is it that you want people to take from this film?
Well, you have to also understand, I mean, this movie is supposed to take place in Detroit. There's a lot of things going on in that city on a whole. The things that city has gone through over the years. And, it's a constant struggle for them to get back. So, things happen. There's crime, there's this and that. And what I would like to take from people to take away from this film is this, you know what? You got to laugh at certain things. It's like people might see it and be like, oh, you shouldn't portray it. But people watch Family Guy. Family Guy is hilarious. You know what I'm saying? And the one thing I think that people should take away from this is this like, this movie is one of those movies that shows, yes, you got family, you got boys, people, things happen. Because in the movie where you're like, oh my God, I can't believe they said that. But then you also have the other twist where Taraji P. Henson's character is dating Ed Helms in the actual movie. And then you got a black kid who ain't cool with it. First, your mom's is dating a white dude, and your mom's is dating a cop. That's double whammy, right? So you have to you'll start to realize, it's really, does skin color really matter? The decisions that we make for things to happen, really, does it really matter? No, it doesn't, not at all. But there's some funny shit in this movie that makes you go, yo, you know what? We take life a little too serious, and we gotta look out for each other.
Which is why, brings me to my next question. Besides the movies that you have coming up, and how have you been holding up in the midst of all of this craziness? Because I know right now, with something like this, y'all would have been on the red carpet somewhere, and y'all would have been doing a promo for this actual film. I'm glad that you're doing a promo with me, but I know that there's places that y'all would rather have been, taking pictures and doing all of this, making sure that it gets the press run that it should. What do you feel about the midst of all of this that's currently going on?
Well, I mean, first of all, it's crazy. Second of all, it's like you're trying to believe what you hear from the government or you hear from the powers that be, and then you still see things on the internet where you're like, oh, you know what? That makes sense. So your brain is all over the place. You're just kind of like, yo, why would they do that or what? But I think, the crazy thing about it is it's like, we wish that we had time. Like, yo, give me I wish I had a month off, man. Do nothing. You got it. And you probably got a little bit more than that. I wish I had more time to spend with family. You ain't got no choice to feel like, you know what I mean? Like, you got a lot of people, like, yeah, the kids are home. So you know what? I hope you went to the store. You got the alcohol so you could figure it out at the end of the night and then reset in the morning because, kids ain't easy, but you get to spend that time with them. And, it's hard for everyone, man. You got to really look at what's going on. I mean, the world, this is changing the world. Like, no matter how you look at it, no matter how you want to say, oh, yo, you know, it's cool that, you know, the government's got, no, man, like, nobody was really prepared for this. Like, no one was really prepared for this. And I think this is a time where people can, you know, go through your phone. You know what I mean? You got so much, we got this, we got Live, we got FaceTime, you got Zoom, where you can get like a bunch of people on and y'all could always poly and talk shit and whatever. And just understand that, you know, like, your life is more important than half the things we go out there and we think that are important. Like, am I going out to buy the new Jordans? No, I'm staying my black ass at home. Jordans can wait, bro. I get the next ones. You know, ain't nobody gonna see these ones anyway. If you want, you can't leave. Where you going? We going outside to walk the dog and come back? Neighbors, you're taking the Jordans. Like, no. You know, it gives people an opportunity to kind of even reflect and work on things, come up with ideas for things that you've always wanted to come up with. Like, for instance, I have a bunch of apps ideas that I want to do. I have a couple scripts that I'm going to get to and finish off. And I mean, when you look at it, I mean, I wish I had that time. I got it now. So it's being inspired is the hardest part. You know what I mean? Because to be in your drawers all day is cool as hell. But you know what I mean? Like, if you can be in your drawers all day and you can do what you got to do and prepare yourself for when this is over, you're actually ahead of the game, technically. So that's the one thing for me.
Yeah, Al said it best last night in his live. It's like, you need to come out of this better than when you went into it. Mm-hmm. If you needed time to put stuff together, this is that time. If you needed time to build, this is that time. If you needed time to grow, this is that time. And I'm not mean like grow physically because you're eating all the food in the house because you got nothing else to do. I mean, grow mentally, grow spiritually, grow financially. You know, a lot of things are down. This would be the time to buy. If you're a stock person, buy stocks. Because when all this goes away and those stocks rise again, you done made a ton of money. But with that being the case,
that's one of the things I was saying. I'm looking at, you know.
And with that being the case, you being a person that now has a comedy that's getting ready to come out, along with the incredible cast that's currently in there, even though some of them you can't say. Okay.
I can't.
What?
I can't.
What? Okay. I
would rather work with Netflix again than just be the cool guy that said something. You know what I mean?
You know, so with that being the case, and you're currently in a movie that can give levity, and I tell people at this time, this would be the time to laugh. Mm-hmm. This would be the time to be happy. Find something that makes you happy and do that. Because, you know, some people get their postpartum depression. You know, people are down on themselves, or, you know, upset with their mates and not happy with the people that are around them. This is the time that they need something that can bring them back up.
100%. Everybody needs a little joy in their life. You know, we forget that. You know, the one crazy thing about this is where I'm a very social person. And, you know, obviously everybody's being at home. We're trying to, you know, social distance and so on and so forth. But one thing I realized, and, you know, I try to tell people when they're like, yo, this is like, I can't. I say, yo, if you can remember that you are the only one that's going to make you happy. No one else around you is going to be happy if you're not happy. So you need to take these times to fix those things. If you got to call someone to be like, yo, I hate you, but I got love for you still, and blah, blah, blah. Just get it over and done with. Cause this is not for real. I'm dead ass. Because this is we're in a state.
He said if you got to call somebody and tell them,
if somebody died, if you never got the opportunity to say, like, wow, you know what, I would just kept it real with you. I just don't ever want to see your ass again. I don't want to talk to you again, but, you know, I hope you're good. I hope your family's good. I hope mom's is good. Because sometimes those relationships extend outside of just who you as the person, and you lose touch with everybody else. But, you know, you never know. You might come out of this and, you know, you might see the person, and maybe not, but you might give them a hug. Like, maybe not. Depending on what the government tells us, you might have to elbow. It just depends. But right. I think these are all times where, you know, you got to do you. You got to figure out for yourself how to come out of this. It's just always something that you figured that you weren't doing because the job you don't like. Yo, bro, you got all the time in the world to try to at least find the information to figure that, to make whatever it is when you go back a means to an end.
That's
I'll try to do that. I'm being stupid.
No, I like that though. He said, yo, I still hate you, but I love you.
Yeah,
Right, cool.
It's true. Like, I mean, there's people like, you know, here's the thing with me. It's like, I mean, I've been blessed enough that if people say, oh, Sleeps don't talk to you no more, what did you do? You know what I mean? I've been blessed because I'm that type of person. Like, I don't really hate on nobody. But if I don't talk to you no more, come on, bro. I've gotten to a point where I'm over it. And people get, well, what did you do? You know? And I figured nice guys finish last, right? And I've always been a nice guy. And I'm just starting to realize more and more, like, you know what? I need at least, give me at third place, second place. And then when I figure that out, I get to be number one. You know what I'm saying? But
and you know what the funniest thing is? No, but it's true. It's true though. Like, I don't believe nice guys finish last. I believe they finish last, bro. They're supposed to.
You even think of dudes. I bet you dudes come on here talking about, you know, I was so good to her and blah blah blah. And she said, you know, she just not feeling it. And then she dates somebody who was like, oh, he been in jail 3 times and he got 5 baby mamas. Okay, do your thing. Like, okay, well, you know, but you know, yeah, and we fighting and you know, it's cool. So wait a minute. So the nice guy, you finished last, and this dude with no job and you got to pay for everything. You date him now, and you fronting on Instagram like you happy. Yo, do your thing. Like, okay, that's just nice guys finish last. I believe that. We always end up holding the stick. Oh, I got dude on it again. Oh my god. Like you always. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. I'm sure you've heard it.
I'm sorry, folks. We didn't lost Sleeps.
He's
now.
Too nice. He's too nice. Okay. So you gotta
I don't believe that nice guys. I believe people finish the way they're supposed to be finishing. I believe that people finish life the way they're supposed to. You know, wherever that is. I don't believe
the nice guy like to. The nice guy like to.
Poor nice guy. I guess I'm
just be ignorant. I'm just be ignorant and I'm gonna lie and just I ain't got no money, baby. But you know, when I'm gonna get it on, when I get up, me and you. Now you pay for everything. I want to get a couple whips. I want to get a couple whips in your name. You get a couple whips in your name. I know, yeah, I might fuck up your credit. I know. But I love you though.
You stupid. All right. I'm good. That's good to know.
I'm stupid. I'm playing.
Be on the lookout for Sleep's new movie. Nice Guys Finish Last. That's coming out soon.
Hell yeah, Nice Guys Finish Last. I'm writing it after we get off the phone right here. You know what I mean? Mac, I'm gonna put you in it. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, thank you.
We're gonna have a car scene sitting there like, damn, bro. Damn. Can't believe this, man. Can't believe this. Oh. Pass me the chicken, bro. We're gonna sit here and eat. Me and you in a drive-in movie.
You stupid. That's it.
Yeah. But no, Coffee and Cream, it comes out tomorrow, which is April 3rd. And for those of you who are, and I believe Australian stuff, that's April 4th. So yeah, just try to enjoy yourself, man, because there's some real funny stuff. And I wish I could say more, but I mean, I can't. I've obviously told you what I possibly can, and I think you're gonna enjoy it. I mean, a lot of swearing in it, but you're gonna enjoy it.
If you get the chance after the show, go take a look at the trailer. I started cracking up because I was like, what? The trailer is funny as hell. Coffee and Kareem, and if you don't get the play on words, like coffee and cream, but it's Coffee and Kareem. Starring this young man, Mr. William Stewart himself, aka Big Sleeps.
Well, I'm
tell
like
people where they can find you.
It's more Ed Helm, Taraji P. Henson, and then there's a few other people I can't mention who y'all gonna be like, oh damn, man, the movie. And then you got obviously myself, King Batch, and Ronrico Lee, who you see in the trailer. We out to get him. Yeah. And that scene
tell
on
everybody
the porch,
where they can find you.
Oh, you can find me at Big_Sleeps. Well, I'll wait for you done coughing with your corona. Big_Sleeps. And at Hollywood North Radio. No, man, I know it's flu season, man. It's crazy. It's flu season. But obviously feel better and it's just or stop smoking that, loud.
No, wrong brother. Never smoked in my life. I'm the boring guy. Sorry.
All right, we'll see. Don't stop playing, Lauren, nice guy. No, I'm just playing.
But I want y'all to take the opportunity to follow this young man right here on Instagram, Big Sleeps. Follow him on the Hollywood North Radio. Take the opportunity and delve into this person here because he is an incredible actor. He is an incredible radio host, all-around great guy. You'll see him always moving, but one of the most humblest dudes you meet because, like I said, he's acted around a lot of big stars, a lot of big people, making a name for himself out there in Hollywood. And he is definitely bringing y'all something incredible to watch. I want y'all to take the opportunity to see what's coming next from him, learn more about what's happening with this film. It's hopefully dropping tonight, if not definitely tomorrow.
Yep. April 3rd.
All right. So with that being the case, take the opportunity, go check it out on Netflix.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And then in Australia, it'll be dropping about.
I think it's the 4th. Maybe today's the 3rd for them, and then tomorrow's the 4th. I can't remember the time difference, but But quick before we go, a big shout out to Upscale PR, and I want to say big shout out to my boy DJ Quiet Storm, who produced the song that we did for the movie called What Up Though. And those of you who want to find beats from him, go to QS, which is obviously stands for Quiet Storm. QS Play Beats. He's from Ghana, so he put QS Play Beats. So the African, he spelled it just the way. So QS Play Beats. You can find him there if you want to get a couple beats from him.
This is why I'm choking, because of stuff like that. But something wrong with sleep. I'll just let y'all know.
100%.
100%. But great guy. We're looking forward to hopefully Ron Rico's here somewhere. If not, he should be in a few minutes. But we're going to have Ron Rico Lee on from the movie Coffee and Kareem. We definitely going to be talking with him and hearing about those hip-hop chops and finding out what he got going on hip-hop wise.
You already know. Yo, Ron Rico's, he's funny as hell too, man. You know what I respect about, what I loved about him? He was smart, because King Batch and I were going out to the club. Ron Rico, he'd be like, yeah. But then he last minute, he had answered his phone. He had answered his phone. He stayed home, he slept. He was cool. He did, you know what I mean? He's like, why he always resting? Me and Batch got the patch on our eyes in the morning. The patch, yeah, it was crazy. But yeah, I mean, I love that dude. Y'all gonna enjoy him too. Yeah, enjoy him.
So I want y'all to pay attention. The next guests are getting ready to come up momentarily. Once again, big shouts out to Upscale PR for setting us up with their client. If you want that actual incredible upscale public relations person to work with you, Upscale PR is the way to go.
That's Lee Logan, baby.
Hey, Miss Leslie Logan.
Mac, and I love you, man. I love the show. Bro, like, you so entertaining, man, and you're just a good dude, man. You're a really good dude, and I just want to say thank you for having me, my brother. You know what I mean? Like,
many more
actually, you know what? Come on my show this Saturday. Come on my show this Saturday. All right, come on my show this Saturday. Here we go. We got the
let's get a
5-7 in the building. Okay, done.
And there's more people coming down the pike. You never know who's going to show up on this show. In a couple of weeks, you might see somebody and be like, how the hell did you? What had happened was. But that's behind the scenes. But just to let you know, there's a lot of things coming down the pike for this young man. Keep on the watch. He's forever moving, forever doing great things. This is the one and only Mr. William Stewart, a.k.a. Big Sleeps.
Word. Hey. Look, Ron Rico just joined. He just joined. Yo,
yep,
thank
I see
you.
him.
All right. Peace out, Mac. Thank you again. The evening experience, baby. All right,
hey.
Bye.
All right, coming up as the next guest, Mr. Ron Rico Lee. We're going to wait for him to pick up. We're connecting now.
Oh snap! You probably need me to be there. I didn't think about this. This is my first time, man. I got
okay.
Oh snap! Look at this. It don't get no more inexperienced. Let me go this route. How we doing, man? How you doing?
I'm doing good, brother. How you doing?
Now see, now my frame match your frame. There we go.
Right.
I tried to give you the cinematic horizontal thing, but
right. I appreciate you.
So good. How you doing?
Listen, I am blessed to have an incredible actor such as yourself here. And I say that because no, don't do that. I'm a definitely.
Oh man, I'm talking to my wife. My wife trying to help me fix the situation that I messed up. That wasn't to you. That was to her. I think we good. She's trying to help me.
I'm a definitely tout on this young man that's sitting here, and I tell you that because I've watched you over the years and do so many incredible shows on TV. You're one of the brothers I can honestly tell you. Like you definitely. I don't know if you got Jamaican in your blood, but you always working, brother.
Man, let me say, if I had Jamaican in my blood, man, woo, my jerk chicken was point, dog. No, thank you, man. Honestly, I just really been fortunate. I've been blessed, man. I can't even front, man. It's been a good ride, and God willing, man, we're gonna continue with it.
You started off acting when you were about what, 7 years old?
Not quite 7, but I was pretty young, man. I started, the first film I did was a little film. I grew up in Georgia. I was born in Decatur, Illinois. I grew up in Georgia, and the first film I did came here to Georgia was called Return of the Swamp Thing, bro.
Oh no, going back. I'm going back beyond that. I'm talking about Kids Beat.
Kids Beat may have been. You know what that was? I guess that was a little before that. But man, that was just like, that was me being a little news anchor. Wasn't a lot of acting to it, but yes, I was kind of introduced to the industry via Kids Beat. Boy, you did your research on that.
We definitely got to do that. Matter of fact, I will put this out there because I know my brother's in the room. My actual blood brother is in the room. He has the same birthday as you.
Oh, it's 27 Virgo.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Your Virgo people, but woo!
Yeah, I know. We crazy. Don't do. At least we know we crazy. So I mean,
So going beyond that, you're right. You did start off in a few different movies.
Yeah.
Over the years, but I just want to say that a lot of people don't understand that you were in Glory. You were in Sister. Everybody knows you from there. Home Improvement. You were in a show called In Heat of the Night.
Yeah.
I can go on with you on ER. You were on
what else, man?
The Fall of Sam Axe.
Yes.
I can go with the films. Yes, you were in Swamp Thing. You were definitely in Glory. You were in a movie called Jacked Up, Fire and Ice. But all of that to say that you've stayed the test of time. And the one thing I want to know is, I don't know which witch or gypsy has blessed you, but you, brother, you still look the same.
Oh,
you
man.
haven't aged.
20-some days of quarantine, bro. Let me tell you, I feel like I've aged, but no, man, I just, good genes, man. I get it from my mom and my dad. Just fortunate, man. I try to practice moderation, a little too much, not too much of this, not too much of that. But yeah, man, again, just another one of them blessings, man. It kind of works. It's a gift and a curse too, because definitely it's times when it's worked against me, certainly times when it's worked for me. But if I had to pick and choose, I'd definitely take looking young as opposed to not looking young. I just say that.
Okay. Well, now with that being the case, you're currently in a movie called Coffee and Kareem.
Coffee and Kareem, yes, sir.
And it's getting ready to, hopefully, I think Sleep said it's going to drop tonight, or if not tomorrow.
Yeah. Sometimes, I don't know how Netflix does it. This is my first film with Netflix. But, it'll be available to people as early as late tonight, 12 a.m.-ish. And as early as first thing in the morning, so people will be able to check it out.
And you got Taraji P. Henson in there.
Taraji, yes. Taraji P. Henson, Ed Helms, who I was a big fan. I'm a big fan of Taraji, too. A lot of people don't remember it, but Taraji was actually on Sister. Correct. Around about the right about the time I started, she had came out, and so she guest starred. We were kind of guest starring at the same time, and so I hadn't seen her in a number of years, so it was great to reconnect with her, and we had a good time. Ed Helms, I'm a big Office fan, love The Hangover, so it was a treat working with him. And then we got King Batch, Andrew King Bachelor is in there. Big Sleeps, man, was awesome. He took such good care of us, be it Vancouver is kind of his home. He's like the mayor of Vancouver, man. If you ever get to Vancouver, look up Sleeps, and he will make sure you are taken care of from start to finish. He's a good dude. And we introduced a young, very talented young man named Terrence Lil Garden High, who is just phenomenal in this movie, really great. And yeah, man, it was fun. It's my first time really being in Vancouver. I was up there for a few months, and I had a ball, man. I loved the whole Canadian experience, and man, we had a good time. My family came out about the last weekend we filmed, so my kids got to check out Canada. I got a couple of days off, man. We kicked it. We had a good time.
A lot of maple syrup. I got you.
Yeah, right. I definitely ate. I had a good time.
So with that being the case, you're not new to film, but what made this one different than the others that you've had?
I got to do something a little different, man. People probably have never, I don't think people have ever really seen me in this light. And in fact, when they approached me with the material, I was like, man, I don't know if they're going to like what I do with this. Because typically these type of characters, people have a preconceived notion as to how they're going to look, how they're going to, move and groove. And one of the things I've always prided myself on is just kind of taking a character and doing my interpretation of it. And some people dig it, some people don't. But this is something that they bit, and we actually all got on a Skype call, and I kind of talked to Ed Helms and the director, Mike Dowles, and we just they liked what I was doing, and in fact encouraged me to do more of it. And so, yeah, man, we was in there. So this is definitely a bit of a departure, but it was a lot of fun, man. I really did. I had a lot of fun getting into this particular persona. Like I say, people ain't seen me do this before, so I'm excited.
The one thing I have seen you do before is comedy.
Yeah, I've done
you definitely got the chops for it. And it seems and from watching you in your roles, you seem quick-witted, which I like. But now, from what I'm hearing is you rapped in this joint?
Yeah, actually, no, I remember.
Heard you got them bars?
No, listen, I'm going to tell you, Big Sleeps he was definitely, I owe him everything, because he more or less produced the track. He put it together, he produced it, he had me come to the studio. I think we did it on like a Saturday. And he could tell I was a little nervous at first. And what I thought was really dope, man, is he and the engineer that was there producing the track with him, he said, man, we just gonna step out for a minute and give you about 30. Actually, they gave me like an hour. He said, just take the studio, man. The studio's yours. He said, get loud, do whatever you need to do to find it. And they legit left me in that studio, and for about an hour, man, 45 minutes to an hour, they just put the beat on the loop, gave me the lyrics on my phone, and we were able to kind of lock it in. And yeah, man, we did it. And then the day we filmed it, it was crazy, because I'd never been to a video shoot. I've never done anything like that. And so they had dancers, they had fake money, they had gun. I mean, it was crazy. You would have thought we was legit like on a Hollywood lot shooting the music video for the character I play, or Orlando. It's pretty crazy.
So with that being the case, this is a little different, because do you sing at all?
No, man, I mess around, but I would in no way, shape, or form consider myself a singer. Nope.
Okay. So, but this is the first time that you're taking on something musically, is what I'm asking.
Yeah, definitely first time. I did a little singing on a short, well, I won't say short-lived, but a show I was doing for BET a few years back.
Right.
I was real shy about that. But
which is why
they forced me to do that, and I tried everything in me to get out of the door, and man, I fought tooth and nail, but they were like, nah, man, we need you to do it. Because the brother I was singing with, he could blow. This cat named Bert Velasco, Bert could blow. And I'm like, man, y'all gonna have me singing with this dude? But nah, man, rapping and singing, find me a brother that don't, find me somebody that don't rap, even in their car, in the shower, we all gonna rap a little bit now. Some of us may be better than others, but nah, man, when I'm by myself, I got a little flow. I got a little flow.
Okay. I like that. So what would you say would be the different and I'm gonna ask this question because somebody was dropped one of the questions on the live. It was, if you had any jewels to drop to any up and coming actors, what would that be?
The one thing I like to pass on to up and coming actors and actresses is to kind of have an idea of how you want your career to look. That doesn't mean that you're not going to deviate from it. That don't mean you may have to wait some tables or take some odd jobs to make ends meet. But I do think it's important to have an idea of how you want your career to look, say 10, 15, 20 years down the line. And that way you can be a little more strategic in the roles that you take. Now, again, we got to support, but I got a family, I got a wife, I got kids. We all have responsibilities, so we got to do what we got to do. But I think if you can, really have an idea of how you want your career, the trajectory of your career to look, you can kind of be a little, be a little picky and choosy about what you do. Certain things you may do, certain things you may not do. I look back on some of the things that I may have said no to with some regret, just because I think it would have my career would have taken a slightly different trajectory. But I have no complaints. But again, when I moved to California in '97, I just wanted to work, man. My parents gave me a year to kind of get off the payroll, as I like to say. I was catching the bus. To the auditions. Like, I caught the bus to the audition for Sister Sister. I was catching the bus for like the first 7 or 8 episodes I did of Sister Sister. I was catching the bus. People was looking at me on the bus being like, dang, that look like the dude I saw on TV Sunday night. And they'd be like, nah, why would he be on the bus? And then we pull up to 55 Melrose. That's where they shot, right there at Paramount. I'm hitting the bell, getting off the bus, man, going to work. And people, they looking on the bus like, I thought that was you. But like, that was my reality. So I was really just trying to get a car, make sure I could pay my rent, when my parents cut off the rent checks. And, I just was whatever. But again, had I had it, if I could do it all over again, that doesn't mean I still would have done Sister Sister. It's a great show. But I probably would have, navigated things a little differently.
The one thing I can honestly say about you and watching your career and watching you is the fact that I can't see you being typecasted.
Really?
You are, and the reason why is because of the fact that you are diverse in how you approach a role. There are people who personify something when they take it on.
Yeah.
Like when I saw you in Sister Sister as Tyreek, you look like Tyreek. When you were on the show that you currently have been on, with is LeBron James, and you personify that person. You personify what you take on as the role, but I don't see you ever like a person that, like, I can only see you like Tia and Tamara Mowry will forever be Sister Sister.
No, you can't do them like that.
No.
Tia,
I'm like,
Tia put it down
in the sense that they are the twins that we remember from that show.
All right.
As far as you've by leaps and bounds in every role that you've taken on, whether it was a serious role, whether it was a comedic role, whether it was a dramedy, whatever it is, you personify that.
I appreciate that, man. Thank you very much. I appreciate that, man. I just try to find work that I connect with, and then I just, I try to work within myself. That's just kind of always been my process. I think it's tricky too when you do TV, because TV is one of those things that comes on every week. Then TV gets syndicated, so then people start to see you as that character. I really haven't had one of those long runs. I think Survivor's Remorse and maybe it's probably the longest run I've had. And then even then we only did 10 episode seasons. You know what I'm saying? So people, it wasn't like back in the day when you did 20. Sister, we did like 23, 24 episodes. They did 6 years. That's a lot of TV. And then you factor in syndication. So now people are constantly seeing you as this person. People still see me and call me Tyreek in a heartbeat. You know what I mean? So this is much you can appreciate my diverse body of work, man. Most people, they either know me from Sister Sister, Girlfriends, them 2 shows, man. Primarily because those were sitcoms, came on every week, got syndicated. And people saw Sister Sister up until recently. Sister Sister was running on Disney Channel or GMAC or one of them shows, one of them channels. And so it just is constantly in rotation, so it's hard to get away
Well,
from.
I'm blessed. I'm blessed in the sense that because of what I do as far as a host, I have to do my research. I look at things, and like I said, as you were doing all of the different shows, movies, TV, you know, and everything else, I've watched you throughout, like I said, throughout that time. So I'm a person that looks at something from the perspective of watching a person as they immerse in the role. A lot of people don't do that. Like when they see a show, they go for the main character. I look at everything outside of that because that's what makes that main character the main character.
I get it. Yeah, I do the same thing. But again, I'm an actor. You're in the business, obviously, so we kind of look at things a little differently. So, you know, there's a ton of actors that I've watched and are fans of, and I'll meet them. Even and I didn't mention, but David Allen Grier is in
this movie as well. Yes,
and we didn't work together, so I tend to forget him. But he's somebody that you just no one should ever forget in terms of what he brings to the table. But he's one of those people that I remember when I first met him, just in awe of his ability to seamlessly navigate from role to role, whether it be comedy or drama. But he's another one of those people that I've seen some of the smallest parts that brother's done to some of his biggest parts. And he's so different in all of them, man.
He was in Bones, the TV show Bones. And I remember he played a scientist in that show, and I love the show Bones. But for him just coming in that role for that moment,
dude,
you're right.
He killed it.
Different than...
I was gonna say he was in a movie. I think it was Ed Burns and Robert De Niro did a movie called, I think it was called 15 Minutes, and he played I think he may have played a homeless dude, and he probably was in that movie for every bit of 8 minutes. But when I tell you, he was so good in this movie. But that's the thing. No part is too small. He can do anything, man. He's brilliant. He's a brilliant actor.
What is it that you want people to get from this movie with you in it?
From Coffee and Kareem, in this day and time, I just want people to laugh their asses off, because I think right now this is what needed. I'm so happy that this movie is dropping when it's dropping. We didn't have to drop it any earlier. You know, this is the date that it was supposed to come out, and I just think it's a fun movie. I think Taraji's great in it. Ed is great in it. Terrence Lil Gardenhigh is great in it. King Bash is awesome, and Sleeps is hilarious in it, man. Sleeps' role just got bigger and bigger as he shot, and deservedly so, man. That boy, he brought it. It's just a great, like David Allen Greer is great in it. Betty Gilpin is dope in it, man. I don't know if people are familiar with her work, but she's an amazing actress. Just kills it, man. No, I just want people to laugh, kick back, enjoy. Everybody been, you know, on Tiger King, so we had our docuseries. We got that out the way. Everybody on Joe Exotic. Now it's time to just kick back, get away from the crazy reality of Tiger King, and just chill with some Coffee and Kareem, Netflix. Get back to Netflix and chilling, because we need that right now.
How has it been for you with this whole COVID-19 situation? It hasn't been as fun. I was just listening to Bomani Jones, man. He got a podcast that I love, and he was saying how he feels bad because it hasn't been, he hasn't really, hadn't been that bad for him. He's still able to kind of do a certain amount of his work, via podcast and technology. But it hasn't been, man. When we felt things were kind of moving towards a lockdown, our whole thing was, man, we're just gonna embrace the time, spend time with my kids. My kids are bored. They don't fully get, of course, why we can't do a lot of the stuff that we typically we're doing. They tired of playing in the driveway. I'm trying to invent games in this driveway every day. We play baseball, basketball. We done broke out Christmas gifts from 2 years ago, man. I done charged up these little remote control cars. They raised cars, dog. We done did it all. We used to go fishing. I'm a big fisher. I got a crib down in Georgia, so we used to fish, but they didn't close the lake down here. So I don't even think that's an option as much anymore. But we making the best of it, man. We really are. My wife teaches the kids first thing in the morning. They start school. They finish school around late lunch, kind of 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, and then they come down, and then I have them. And I'm kind of the recess PE teacher. And so, I get them out, and, try to wear their little asses out, man, before it's bedtime, and we do it all over again. But we ain't good. But it keeps you in shape, right? Yeah, it does, man. They wear us out, but it's a blessing, man. I wouldn't have it any other way. God bless. Yes. So is there now? Have you ever produced before?
I have not produced. I'm very interested in it though, but I haven't done it yet. No.
Is there anything on the horizon that you would think that you would want to do?
Producing wise, you know, I love TV. I love good TV. I love the type of TV that kind of moves you. I was a big Office fan. Arrested Development with shows that I really liked. I like Parenthood. You know, as I watched them, man, they always just move me, and I just, you know, I love them. And so I think in one of the things I want to do in the future, one of the things I'm using this quarantine period to do is to really just kind of get creative, man. You know, figure out what those next moves are going to be as we come out of this thing. I think the world is going to look a little different, especially for creatives, because look how creative we're being now, man. Who would have thought, you know, 5 years ago I'd be sitting in doing an I don't even know where you're located. Where are you located?
Money earning Mount Vernon.
Money earning Mount. Okay, that's Denzel's hometown. So you in money earning Mount Vernon. I'm out here in North Georgia, and we doing a TV show. Like, you know what I mean? Like, the time to be creative is now. And I think coming out of this, man, I definitely want to come out of this thing with some ideas. So I'm working with some guys. But producing is definitely my future. But definitely TV project. You know, 30-minute comedy, some half-hour dramedy, something in the dramatic world too. Not afraid of that either. That'd be nice. But yeah, I wanna definitely lend my name to some type of intellectual property in terms of producing. You know, a TV show would be great. Film would be great as well. So just using this time to the best of my advantage, man, to use it wisely.
Yeah. So when you need a radio host or a television type,
come on, come on, man. Come on, we'll bring you down from money earning Mount Vernon. Got you.
Has there been anybody in this industry that you haven't worked with yet that you want to work with?
Oh man, I grew up a big Eddie Murphy fan. I never worked with Eddie. Listen, the day I get to work with Eddie, I'm gonna tell you, man, I'm gonna do the best I can to just. But Eddie is somebody I love to work with. I got a long list, man. I've always wanted to work with Martin. A lot of the people that I just kind of grew up watching and really admiring, and then just from a talent standpoint, there's just a lot of really strong actors out there now, man, I wouldn't mind working with. I'm a big Sterling K. Brown fan. I actually do a show with his wife, and I met Sterling a couple years ago at the NAACP Image Awards, and he was so cool. And then we've kind of met as he and his wife, we kind of done some events together, and Sterling's come along, and so got a chance to talk to him. But just dope talent. It's just a whole crop of actors. Man, we saw the photograph before things got crazy, and I look at some of the cats in the photograph, man. Lakeith Stanfield, I think is man, he's one of the dopest cats out in the game right now, man. I think what he brings to, I was a big fan of his with ATL, and then to watch him in the photograph. He's somebody I love to work with, man. Just to get in the trenches and do a scene with that brother, man. I'm sure it would just be dope, just to kind of see where he goes and to kind of follow his lead and just to kind of paint with him. That's what I like to call it. You know, I know he's gonna bring some dope colors. I'm gonna bring some dope colors, and just kind of see what we end up with.
If you had to put a stamp on Coffee and Kareem, what would that stamp be? What would you want people to surmise from what you're about to say?
From Coffee and Kareem, oh man, I don't know, man. That movie it's quite the ride, man. You got a little love in there. You got some action, adventure. I don't know, man. It sounds cliche, but crime don't pay. But it doesn't. I don't know how I would kind of. It's hard too because we didn't get a chance to see the final product. So I haven't seen the movie. I have not seen the movie. In fact, we were supposed to. I think we were supposed to premiere South by Southwest, which of course got canceled because of this COVID-19. But I don't know. I don't know what the message is in Coffee and Kareem, man. Outside of have fun, enjoy it. When you watch it, enjoy it. Sit back. Don't take it too seriously, because that certainly wasn't our intentions. We want you to have a good time, and I think people will. I think people enjoy it.
What do you think has been the secret to your longevity in Hollywood?
Oh gosh. My secret has probably been when I chose to kind of get out of Hollywood. That's not knocking the people that choose to stay in Hollywood, but I think you also have to kind of know what's important for you and kind of what you need just mentally And for me, it was to just kind of get back to, more or less how I grew up, and, after kind of talking about it with my wife, and we did this right after we got married, before we had kids, it just was a better fit for me. And I think that's one of the things, man, it's just kind of kept me, trust me, it does have some disadvantages too, when I'm a little outside of the bubble, so I have to make a concerted effort to make my way back into the bubble. And God knows, man, people tell you it's hard to get me out of Georgia, but I would work for a check. I would travel for a check. So, I know I can't, but I will, man. I get bunkered down here with my family, bro. And it's like, man, I ain't trying to leave. but I think a lot of it has just been, me kind of knowing what I need, what works for me. And people thought I was crazy when I decided to kind of uproot and move out here. And then before I knew it, I did a show for BET for about 4 years here. We did another 4 seasons of Survivor's Remorse. And then the industry on the whole is moving all over. We shot Coffee and Kareem in Canada, shot First Wild Club in New York. So as I saw the industry kind of moving outside of LA, my first thought was, well, if I got to travel anyway, I may as well live where I want to live. And so that had a lot to do with me moving to Atlanta. But that's been a big thing. It's just kind of helped me keep, clear my head. I can kind of get back to my roots and just take it easy when it's time to take it easy, I can take it easy.
Well, they say Atlanta now, since, Tyler Perry Studios are there and a lot of different things, they call it Black Hollywood because of the fact that there's so much stuff going on there. It's not even funny. Is Tyler somebody that you would want to work with?
Absolutely. I worked with him in 2008, and that was the first time I'd come back to Georgia to work. And I knew then it was, he was just doing amazing stuff then. When we did Madea Goes to Jail, I think he was probably on his first or second studio. He was just building, I think, his second studio. But absolutely, Tyler he's a force to be reckoned with. What he did here in Atlanta and the studio, TPS Studios, I was not at the grand opening, but everything I heard about, all the pictures I've seen about, my wife has worked there. She told me it's just amazing. But my hat's off to him and what he's done and what he'll continue to do. I mean, he's certainly leaving a legacy that goes without being said.
Okay, with that being the case, what would you want, not putting anything out in the atmosphere or in the universe, but what would you want your legacy to be when it's your time that you will say, people can say about you?
Oh man, what do I want my legacy to be? That's a good question, man. I definitely want some projects out there that can, and I have some now, but I have projects that I'm attached to as an actor. I think one of the main things I want moving forward, my legacy, I wanted to encompass projects that I've had my hand in from start to finish. As executive producer, I became really good friends with the showrunner or the executive producer from Survivor's Remorse. And one of the things I'm in awe of any actor that hyphenates. You see it now with Lena Waithe is doing an excellent job of it, but people that can not only become actors, but writers, directors, producers. And so that's what I want my legacy to be. It's time to add some hyphens. I was able to direct a short film a couple years ago, which was a dream come true. So that's one hyphen, but I got a couple more I'm trying to add before it's all said and done. So I want people to look back over my body of work and just see that, I wasn't just an actor, that I'm a creator, a content provider. That's really what I want to see happen.
To all the people that are tuning in from France, bonsoir, mademoiselle.
Check it out.
Bonsoir, bonsoir. I'm glad you're here. For all the people who are tuning in from anywhere in part of the world, we appreciate you being here.
My first time I see my man Sick Flow with, I ain't seen him in a minute. Crazy.
There's a lot of people who stopped in Freeway Ricky Ross, stopped in just a moment ago. Yeah, a few people might know who I am.
That's what's up.
And if you could do me a favor and follow the show page once we finish up.
I think we already did. Yeah. I think,
okay. Yeah. Perfect. I appreciate that. This is an incredible actor, an incredible person, the one and only Ron Rico Lee. Tell everybody where they can find you on social media.
Man, I'm at the word double, DOUBLER, Lee, double R Lee, across the board. Twitter, Instagram. I don't really mess with Twitter that much, but Instagram I'm on. Double R Lee, check me out. Yeah, I got to get better at posting, man. I really do. But that's one of the things. Once we come out this quarantine, I got some ideas. I'm gonna get better on the IG.
Okay. I appreciate you taking time out of Hey, once again, it's your boy Mac 357. This is the Evening Experience Radio Show from 5 to 7 every Thursday. It goes down. You just saw Ron Rico Lee on the show. We are back. Yes, that was a quick pause because, you know, Instagram only gives you an hour to do what you need to do. But as people come back piling in, that was the one and only Ron Rico Lee. Big shouts out to him. Big shouts out to Big Sleeps, a.k.a. William Stewart. As the people start to pile back in, I appreciate everybody being here today, taking the opportunity to be along with the Evening Experience Radio Show. We're supposed to be having other guests come on. Hopefully they will filter in as we speak and then go from there. I want people to take the opportunity. TDA Eddie, let's get you in. Now that he's here.
Yo, what up, brother?
What up, what up?
Talk to me. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm all right, man. I can't wait for this shit to be over.
I can imagine, brother. I can imagine. Yeah, this is a little bit crazy with the COVID-19. For all the people that are just tuning in, this is TDA Eddie, incredible rapper that I actually was introduced to online by 43 Giant. Big shouts out to him.
Yeah, my boy.
I saw him on your page, and I was like, you know, I check you out, and when I hit your joints, I was like, okay, this young kid's fire. So what got you into hip hop?
So I ain't gonna lie. So it started out like 2016. I was living in PA at the time, and you feel me? That's more like a suburban type of area where it's not really like New York, as you know, it's a bunch of houses. You're on your own out there, so. Honestly, I was just in my room one day and I was just playing with rapping. You feel me? And then the song J. Cole made called Wet Dreams. That was the first beat that I actually remember. I was in my room and I just started rapping to it. And I'm not gonna lie, I was nothing compared to what I was now. But I was saying some stuff. I'm like, nah, I kind of surprised myself. So as time kept going, I just kept playing with it, and that's all I was doing. So I seen myself getting better and better and better and better. So as I started coming back to New York to chill with the bros, and I would rap to them, and they told me I had it. Like, they're like, yo, bro, you got it. And then, but they would give me advice here and there, what to do. So as time went on, like, I got advice for some of the bros telling me, like, try to make it sound like you're not reading off your notes, or like try to make it sound more fluid, like you really mean it and stuff like that. So as time went on, like I developed, I always had a love for music since young. When I was younger, it started out with dancing. I'm not gonna lie, I was a big Michael Jackson fan. So it started out with that, and I ran with it. I just ran with it.
Okay. So with that being the case, you took the time to develop your skill and put it into work. Now, when it comes to lyricism and music, what do you lean towards? Is it experience that you put your rhymes into? Is it about the things that other people have been through, or is it a combination of both?
It's a combination of both, and aside, it's something that I want the world to relate to themselves. Mainly, I try to target the audience where, you know, the hood, like people that can relate to my music, people that go through these kind of things on a day-to-day basis, as you know, seeing what's going on in the hood with all the, you know, gang activities and everything that goes on, just stuff you can relate to, you feel me? But I want people, while they're relating to me, I want them to have the feel for music and bump to it. And you feel me, just be out there. It's music. It's a way, it's a creative way of art. So I want people to just feel me, not through just my lyrics, but like, yeah, really what I'm saying, and also through my beats and everything. It's just everything. It's not through just the lyrics. I try to find the perfect beat that's gonna have people bumping, but while they're listening to my lyrics. So it's a combination of everything. But it's also a lot what I've been through. I've been through a lot myself. So I try to make music for the people that's here at the bottom with us.
Now, when you say you've been through a lot, like, can you expound on that?
I could say certain stuff. I can't go into much detail, but
No.
I could say um, like I've been through, like when I was living in PA at the moment, I was going through, you know, eviction notes. Um, my family was going through a rough time. My stepfather kind of got locked up at the time, so money was hard for us. So it came to a point where we were selling furniture to eat. You feel me? Like we were selling our own things, and it was just a bunch of things. And I went through depression myself, so it was just a bunch of things and aspects of my life with stuff like that. And people leaving my life at times when I needed them the most. Feel me? Like family wise, and people turning their back on me. I've seen bros that I considered bros at the time. They turn their back on me, talk behind my back, you know, be snakes. So it's just a bunch of things. And I'm still in the hood. I'm still here. So I still see things as days goes on. That's just I throw in my music. So yeah, it's a bunch of things. It's like the eviction and my family going through it was one of the main points in my life where I was just like, all right, I got to try to find something, at least something that's gonna try to get me out of this hole. Like, and music was a way I could just escape from everything, but put all my all into it. You feel me?
I definitely can respect a person who takes, you know, the things that they've been through in life and put them into lyrics, or give themselves a lift from where they were.
Yeah, definitely.
What has been the hardest thing about music as a whole?
Consistency.
Yours
Like
or the people in which you're trying to get on
no,
with?
in a sense of like, all right, me. Like in the sense of, all right, when I try to make music about things that people could relate to, I try to do it in a hood sense where people can understand me and use nowadays new lingos and, you know, the New York terms that everybody know. But while I'm doing that, I'm not trying to sound like every other rapper out there. You feel me? I'm not just trying to say gang shit or like, you know, pop a bottle or stuff like that. Like, yeah, I'll say it, but I'm trying to switch it up. So it's like the consistency of trying to say so many different things is also on me, because I have to expand my mind. I have to go out there, read news, watch shows, read books, and all that, so I don't have to say the same thing. So it's like it's really on that level. You feel me? Like, but I have it down pack. I know what I be wanting to say. It's just how I'm gonna say it. You feel me? Like I try to break it down into details so people instead of reading or listening to it, they could picture it. Like it's like when you write an essay, like they tell you try to break down one idea into many sentences so people could picture it as they read and not just reading it. You know what I mean? So I try to give people an idea and try to create a picture in their head. But it's like it's hard. It's hard because while you trying to write a song that's you trying to make a hit and trying to blow off of, it's like it's just so much that goes into it. It's just yeah.
I think your mom is online.
Yeah, Mama Love. Shout out to Mama Love, man. Mama Love, love you.
God bless. Um, what is it that you, besides the process of what it is that you deal with, music wise, do you think if you had to give advice to up and coming people who are just starting out, what would you say to them?
Well, there's many. To begin with, it's the fluid. Like what I said, try not to sound like you're reading off of a book. Try not to sound like you're reading off of a book. Try to make it as fluid as possible. Another thing is come up with your own flow. Like try to be yourself nowadays. You feel me? I feel like everybody is trying to sound like this person and that person. That was one of my main problems too at the beginning. I was trying to sound like Uzi at first, or this person and that, and then it just had to be on me. Like whatever you put out, that's you. So don't give people the wrong imagery that you trying to create. Like just be yourself all the way, be yourself 100%. That's gonna pay off more. It may take the longer road, but it's gonna pay off. So I'm still trying to do that myself. And I took a break from music a while, but I'm back. It was just so much things going on at first, but I'm back and I'm focused and I'm ready to drop something new. And I need to drop a video, but this Corona thing is messing my thing up, man.
Yeah, trust me, we wouldn't be sitting here talking like this if
man.
like,
See, I went to the studio. No funny, I was up in there ready. I'm like, damn.
But you know what? Things happen for a reason, and sometimes it gives you new perspective. And whatever, like they say, does not kill you makes you stronger.
Nah, yeah, that's a fact. So I put all my faith into God. Like I feel like God puts me through things for a reason, and we going through this for a reason. So whatever He got for each individual leading at the end of this is for a reason. Like, you feel me? So I feel like I took a break from out to also recuperate myself, get myself together, because there was a lot of things going on. But I feel like I'm back, I'm better, and we ready to go, man. TDA the gang, Top Dog Academy.
Okay. All right. So with that being the case, did you bring any music with you? Or you have it queued up?
I could cue it up for you. You just gonna give me a second. I'm gonna have to put you on pause. I got you.
Okay. So we're gonna listen to a track by TDA Eddie. And the reason why is because we wanna give y'all an understanding of what music is to him. And a lot of people don't understand that there's so many things that are out here in the world, and for a young man to face adversity, to go through it, to get stronger, and to keep moving is an incredible thing. What we're trying to do here is give everybody an opportunity to build upon the things in which makes them great. This is what the evening experience is about. It's about you coming here in the evening and experiencing us. And he's back. So this is the opportunity that we try to give everybody every week.
Right, let's see if I can play it while I'm on live with you. Damn, this thing is not working. Hold on. Let me use YouTube real quick, buddy. I got you right now. Play this one.
While he's getting the music together, so this is what this show is about. And every week we try to give everybody an opportunity to grow within their character, to grow within this show.
All right, so this one is called Bruce Wayne. Yeah, this one is called Bruce Wayne right here. When I made this song, I try to create a movie. I try to do something different. I didn't want to do just something ordinary, a regular hood song, a regular hood video. And this is the video I've been waiting to shoot, because the video behind this is going to be like a real Batman scene. It's called Bruce Wayne for a reason. And as you know, Bruce Wayne is supposedly a vigilante to everybody, but he tries to do good at first. So that's also like the concept of that is anybody in the hood, like, as you know, anybody in the hood who may look like they're doing crimes and they're making money the way they're not supposed to, but at the end of the day, to the people that live in the hood, they know that there's nothing but love for them. Like, everybody eats, everybody do that. But to, you know, to society and the system, we may look like a criminal, they may look like a vigilante. So Bruce Wayne is two things. It's Batman itself, but it's also us. We play Bruce Wayne in real life as we go. So yeah, this is Bruce Wayne. The video is supposed to compose of a fake little cop chase at the beginning, which is they're gonna be chasing me, and then I hop out like Bruce Wayne. So yeah, this is Bruce Wayne right here. So I'm gonna play it for y'all.
Hey.
Start it from the beginning. Alright, so this is it.
We have 1017. Shots fired. We need backup. We have an old black tinted vehicle in pursuit. 185th Street. He's getting away! Bitch, I hop at the tent like Bruce Wayne. They cannot resist us, I'm with the gang. Got a 38 loaded, I let it bang. Like through her body, I let it rain. Bitch, I walk up, I talk, I don't feel a thing. She said she don't love me, don't feel no pain. I love me some cannabis, Mary Jane. They twisting and plotting all on my name. More money, more problems. I keep it not like you a dollar. Bitch, I keep it Nike check. Switch on my body, I wear this shit like I'm a sponsor. My mama, she told me she proud of me. Cause a young nigga fucking lottery. Nigga just get right beside of me. They plotting and lurking on killing me. No, they cannot resist us. Skirting off in the Benz truck. Please don't tell me that it's a girl. Cause the nigga done been fucking. Bitch, I am fast like Muhammad Ali. Float like a butterfly, sing like a bee. Hoping to make like 50 a week. Cause I keep in the streets. With a whip and then I hop in the coupe. And she finger licking when I hop in the coochie. I'm spitting fire when I'm up in the booth. And these bitches feel me cause I'm speaking the truth. Shorty, I think I'm physique. She said she a freak, so she hop right under my Versace sheets. Bitches see I'm the life of the party. Roll me some weed with some Henny, I'm acting retarded. Look how I hop out the floor and the push just started. Shorty, she gave me a heart, but I had to depart it. I told little mama I'm sorry. She do not face me, I smoke on the stink and I mix up the spray with the purple my drink. I'm all they can soul with the M's and the bigs and the drop for my H cause the way that I think. Ball in New York like the Yankee no Mets. Play me some mix while I show me some nuts. I know I feel like a J. I tell her don't do some consider rich. I hop at the tinted like Bruce Wayne. They cannot resist us, I'm with the gang. Got a 38 loaded, I let it bang. Like through her body, I let it rain. Bitch, I walk up, I talk, I don't feel a thing. She said she don't love me, don't feel no pain. I love me some cannabis, Mary Jane. They just in there plotting all on my name. More money, more problems. I keep it not like you a dollar. Bitch, I keep a Nike check. Switch on my body, I wear this shit like I'm a sponsor.
Hold on, I'm about to go crazy right now.
And so I smoke up stank. I copped in 1942, but then I bought my drink. Lizzie on freaking Friday when she gave me the brains. I'm going insane. Pockets spinning some flame. Best believe a nigga like me going hard in the paint. I'm doing donuts in the ass and on my way to the bank. Lord of the ring, call it Jane. These bitches saw me when I go and pull up and bang. And I done me a bitch and I wonder who next. Watch how I stuck a couple K's on the wrist. Shorty move fast like the beat in my chest with this suit on 15. Nigga, watch how I flex. I be a perky, don't feel like it's working. Double G's up on my Birkin. Young king in a double O. On the bumper, got the niggas swerving. TDA, Top Dog Academy. We here.
That was Bruce Wayne, man.
Okay.
That was one of my songs. You guys can find it on Apple Music, Spotify, YouTube, any streaming platform that's out there.
All right. If you wanted to leave something with the audience today, what would it be? What would you want to say to them about TDA Eddie?
All right, to begin with, as you see, my name is TDA Eddie, and TDA stands for something. Top Dog Academy. Top Dog Academy is a brotherhood. It wasn't started by me. It was started by a man who lived in his hood. His name was Crims, and I didn't get to know him. He was a great guy. Sadly, he passed away. What you could call a hood legend. Basically, he gets a lot of love in his hood, and his close bro, his name is Dopo. is now my bro. And you feel me? Together we came up with the idea of continuing the legacy of TDA through music. So I just want to show respect to Crims, you feel me? I want to show love to the hood, 183rd, 184 Bronx, New York. And yeah, TDA is a family, man. And I'm blessed to do this. I just want to keep putting out good music. That's my main focus. I don't really care about the money. I don't care about the fame. I don't care about anything else. I just love doing music. And I have a picture in my head that I'm chasing. And I'm willing to do anything to get there. You feel me? So I just want to tell people that watch out for me. I'll be on the rise. You guys will see me. I will be dropping more music, show more love. Follow me. Instagram. Yeah, you guys can follow me up there, TDA Eddie. But yeah, man, this hood has a lot of talents, and I'm just trying to be one of the ones that don't go to waste. You feel me? And as you can see, you're gonna have Jay Cartier up here after, and I'm gonna make him join the live after because he went on his own thing. But yeah, I'm just trying to help us all, man. We all come up together as a family. It's nothing but hood love, and there's nothing but love out here, period. So yeah, that's all it is, man. That's all it is.
And tell everybody where they can find you on social media.
You can find me here, TDA Eddie. Click it up top. Follow me. You can find me on Facebook, TDA Eddie. You can find me on YouTube, TDA Eddie. Man, it's all TDA love, man. You already know, Top Dog Academy. You feel me? So yeah, just find me. And on Apple Music too. I have my Apple Music. I have my page set up. When you type in TDA Eddie, you're gonna see my songs there. And yeah, expect videos to be coming soon because I don't really have visuals right now, and I was supposed to start that process, but because of the corona. Oh yeah, and everybody out there, please be safe too, man. Blessings to those who lost their life, and everybody who was affected.
Big shouts out to Dirty Diana. She's in the building.
Shout out to Dirty Diana. I don't know you, but I will.
Oh, she's an incredible artist.
Oh, really? Hopefully we work together. You feel me? I'm just trying to brand and social and network with everybody I can. You feel me? So, yeah, look out for me on the rise, man. I hope to see you soon. We will stay in touch. You feel me?
Most definitely.
Yeah. TDA is here. So I'm going to tell Cartier to join, and so you could interview him.
All right. Sounds good.
Much love. Be safe out here, man. You already know. I appreciate you. Thank you for having me. You're a great guy yourself, man. Blessings, man. Be safe out there. No problem.
All right. Once again, this is the Evening Experience Radio Show from 5 to 7 every Thursday. It goes down. This is your boy Mac357. We got more guests coming in. I just wanted to let you know this is an incredible show. We just had on Ron Rico Lee. We had on Mr. William Stewart. They're both in the movie Coffee and Kareem, which is coming out on Netflix. If not later on today, tomorrow, you can definitely catch that movie. We had TDA Eddie that just stopped in. We're getting ready to talk to Jay Cartier. So we can definitely talk and chop it up with him, another up-and-coming rapper, young kid who's definitely on the rise. We have a lot of different people that have been stopping through. Dirty Diana. We've had Freeway Ricky Ross, the real Freeway Ricky Ross. And you'll see a lot of celebrities popping in and out of the room. And I appreciate everybody that shows up every week and watches us, because this is not what we normally do. We're normally in a studio, but because of COVID-19, you coming live from my bedroom. But we definitely getting it popping and trying to do what we do best right here to let y'all know, because every week we try to bring you something great, give you some great guests. And that was the one and only, like I said, TDA Eddie, who was just on the live. Incredible young man that's doing things, making good music and trying to make great decisions in life, and building upon his career. So I'm glad he's definitely doing that. But like I said, there's more stuff coming down the pike. You never know who's going to walk in. Like yesterday, I just went live. Big shouts out to the Burning God, DJ Sub. He stopped in on my live real quick. And more people are, popping in and populating here, because normally like I said, I'm in the studio. but because of the fact that this is what COVID-19 has done to us, I'm currently, not there. I'm here, but everything works out. We'll be back, and but for right now, we're definitely gonna be doing it this way and making it happen, and definitely trying to get you more and more content and more people. You never know, like I said, who's going to show up on this live, because we definitely try to get it popping every week. We're waiting on the one and only Jay Cartier, waiting for him to pop in the live. But if anybody has any questions or anything that they want to shout out or say before he comes in, let me know, and we'll definitely be talking about that. I appreciate the great work of people in life. And like I said, this is what this show is about, celebrating those people, giving them opportunity to be here to talk on this show. We built up a lot of great content, a lot of great people, and try to give you the best show possible. Every week we come on from 5 to 7 p.m. Sometimes we'll make an exception, especially now, since, we might be doing a lot more than just Thursdays. It depends on what guest it is. Next week we have an author coming on. We're definitely going to be talking with her. You're going to see the photos go up for next week's show, and some other surprises. As I said, that happens every week. So take the opportunity, watch us, keep a close look at what we're doing, because you never know where you're going to see us next or who's going to come to this live. All right, Jay Cartier is here. I'm going to bring him in. Okay. Jay, if you can request, matter of fact, I'm going to tap on Jay Cartier, if you can request, there we go. All right. All right, so we're going live with Jay Cartier. Once again, it's your boy Mac 357. This is the Evening Experience Radio Show from 5 to 7 every Thursday.
Yo.
What up? What's poppin'?
It's good. Chilling.
All right. I will tell you this. You are definitely respected by your peers.
That's
Because as soon as I said, hey, TDA Eddie, I want to have you on the show, he was like, nah, you gotta have my boy Jay Cartier. Even more than me, have my boy Jay Cartier on.
Yeah, that's my boy. I appreciate it. Facts. I appreciate it for so love.
What is it that you want people to learn about Jay Cartier?
Honestly, I just want people to respect me for my music and, see what I could do. Just listen to my music. I don't care what they think about me personally. As long as they respect my music, then that's all that matters, honestly.
What is it about your music that makes you different than everybody else?
I just feel like, for me, music is just a way to express yourself. So everybody different in their own ways. So the way you express yourself, that's just, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like the way I express myself in my music is very different from other people, because certain people just be rapping about certain violent bullshit like that. I just try to speak my pain, everything I've been through like that. People really be tuning in.
Okay, so what have you been through that you want people to get from your music?
Just like, for me, regular nigga from the hood. Like, everybody going through poverty, all that. Everybody just trying to make it out. For me, everybody dreams to make it out, make it be rich. So everybody trying to do it. Trying to be one of those people that can actually say they made it.
Okay.
Facts.
So, what would you say that you say different in your music? Like, what is your music? How is it different?
What you mean?
So, when people spit these days, you hear about the bottles, the women, the cars, the they flashy, they doing it all. But
I actually speak my pain. Like, if you really listen to my music, you really gonna hear, like, I really be talking about me, like, me. Like, you really gonna hear, like, I be telling different stories. If you really tune in, you really gonna see, like, I really be spitting. What?
Okay. So, how long you been rapping?
I actually started recording last year. I've been making music since I was a little kid. Like, for me, elementary school, I used to have my notebook, little music all the time. But I never took it serious because I wanted to be a basketball player. But for me, that didn't work out. So I just like, fuck it. Like, let me just get on my bullshit with music. And that's when I recorded my first song last year. Recorded my first song, dropped it on SoundCloud. At first, niggas wasn't really like jacking it. But after, you know, started putting more work in, working on my music, dropped another song. My first video on YouTube, What I'm About. That shit like at 60K right now. Doing good.
So the name of the song on your YouTube is What I'm About?
Yeah, it was What I'm About. That's my first music video that I dropped. Tune in.
What is the next big thing that you have coming up after COVID-19?
Oh, yeah, that shit's stopping a lot, but we were supposed to shoot the Racks and Riches video. I dropped a snippet on my Instagram. Racks and Riches, we gonna do that video, that shit gonna be lit. I swear, shit gonna be lit. I see all my supporters tuning in. What?
Oh, yes. You're definitely liven up the now, is there anybody in the industry that you want to work with?
Anybody in the industry that I want to work with? Honestly, right now, I don't know. There's a lot of people that I would work with in the industry, but like right now, the person that like I have a dream of working with, I don't know, it's Chris Brown. I fuck with Chris Brown. I wish I could be working with him one day. Really though, he's teaching me a lot. Chris Brown, a lot of people.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm Ming. Yeah. Vaccinated.
So, Chris Brown. So you like the dancing and singing?
Oh, I like to dance, but for me, I'm not that elite. But for me, I like it. I don't really dance though. He know how to dance. 45 right now. That's a fact, cheese.
All
They
right.
gonna come.
So what I'm gonna do right now is play this track. It's called What I'm About.
First
This is
music
by
video.
Jay Cartier, and I want you to listen to it and see if you're rocking with it.
Mama raised me right, but I'm still a demon. Moving funny in my circle.
This is the first YouTube video.
My dogs. Money in my pocket might just go and hit the ball. Going hard like I'm a rocket when I'm playing with the ball.
These niggas need to stop it, they bought it, but they still.
Keep my circle small. Put your nigga in his jaw. Come through the diamond eyes, so don't make me make
Yeah, he.
all my niggas, they gon' slide. Ain't no one on big bro. And it's shorty, not my pride. I want everything to roll. Getting money, second dollar to the purchase height. Oh, we gon' girl, you got me crazy, baby, going on my house. Even buy you flowers, ain't gonna one that I devour. I heard these niggas trying to lie me, then they wonder why.
Keep it cool, that's the time we gotta ride. Everybody keeps it.
I'm too wavy, you can pay me. Ain't on the shady, just lotto got me lazy. I know I be going crazy, but I'm going to Yeah, my back, I saw it again. Put the bird to a tie. You won't get it for the actors like a movie shit. Only want me dead, I can wait on everything. Got me walking out the city. It's my heart and not subjecting that to fool me. Going up in poverty, then I get that trash. If they want to follow me, but I might get back. All the bitches want me because they covered up the plastic. Body just look at me, they think fucking me like magic. They say his mommy be the one to line up everything. He's on this cheddar, we gon' get this beat by any means. Staying with my niggas to the death, and they don't see the jeans. Hit me with no hoes before I hit me for the quick scene. Lately I've been in the suit, trying to get my mama out. While I'm trying to back, yeah, I took a couple L's, but I never let it go.
What I'm about. That's it right there. That's it.
All right. I can definitely tell you definitely got the skills to pay the bills.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
You know, because I like your delivery. I like your style. I like the way you flow.
Good looking.
Now, are you about them bars, or are you more like a trap style?
Nah, I'm not gonna say I'm more of a trap style. It's just like just regular music. Like I'm not like a type of nigga that just gonna want to stay in one lane. I want to be versatile. Like as I grow more, I want to do more things. You know, work on this, work on just a lot. I want to stick around for a long time, and in order to do that, I gotta be versatile. So I'm gonna just work on my versatility on that.
Okay. So what is the plan going forward? Like, what is your next step?
Honestly, it's just keep dropping music. Keep dropping music.
Because it's 60. And you said you think it's at 60. It's actually 63,225 to be exact.
Just keep going up. You're gonna keep going up. You're gonna keep going up for sure. Gonna keep going up.
Yeah. I see you got some comments. You the GOAT.
Yeah, yeah, all my
young GOAT, definitely doing it.
Yeah, I love all my supporters. I love them all.
Is there a place you want to be by next year that you're currently not at yet?
Right now, I'm nowhere like near where I want to be. Honestly, I want to be at the top. Right now, I'm not at the top yet. So, by next year, hopefully, there's more progress. But you know, you gotta be patient. You can't rush it like that. So I'm just be patient, wait my turn. I know it's coming for sure.
Are you in talks with any record companies or anything of that nature?
I mean, people be texting, you know, they get in contact, but right now, I'm just working on myself, working on my music. So I really got a good thing that I can go and do.
All right. Tell everybody where they can find you on social media.
On my Instagram, you can see my Instagram right there, _J Cartier for follow that. All my music is on SoundCloud. You can go check my videos out on YouTube, Apple Music, all that. Just tune in. All that shit fire. Gangsta. Just tune in.
All right.
Thanks.
So once again, this is the one and only J Cartier. Appreciate you being here today.
I appreciate it too, man. Appreciate it.
And next time we'll be in studio and not in the bedroom.
Nah, what? I mean, this Corona shit got people bugging, so. All right, man.
All right.
All right, salute. I appreciate it.
No problem, brother.
All right.
Once again, that was the one and only J Cartier. I appreciate him stopping in today. Young brother who's definitely got that fire. He definitely got that heat. He's definitely going to be on the rise, doing what he does. And right before him was TDA Eddie. I appreciate everybody that stopped in today. We might end this live a little bit earlier. I thought we had one more guest, but apparently he hasn't shown up. But I want to definitely tell y'all I appreciate the time and opportunity that everybody took to be here today. I appreciate all of the things in which people are wanting to do and commenting and definitely coming in the show and taking the opportunity to come through and speak with this the Evening Experience show, and we definitely will be taking the opportunity to make stuff happen. As this time goes forward, there's going to be a lot more info and different things going up about the shows every week. For all those who are saying check out your music, check you out, I definitely do that. Please take the opportunity to hit me in my DM, and we'll definitely talk about the music and talk about different things that's going on. So please check out any of the shows that we currently have up. The Evening Experience on the YouTube channel. Check this out. We can definitely talk about getting more people on the show, and definitely have more opportunities to speak about the greatness that happens out in this world. Once again, this is Warmac 357. This is the Evening Experience Radio Show from 5 to 7 every Thursday. It goes down. Appreciate y'all being here today. I'll talk with you soon. Peace.